So 5 hours of trauma later, I think we're finally there. Got everything into the case, so let's go ahead and take a quick look. So it's not the result that I wanted. So the white GPU wouldn't go in, and this one just about fits in. This is the 3080. It's from MSI, and it just about gets in there. You can see it's a pretty tight fit, and if you look at the edge there, it's just butting up against the front panel I/O. So we've got the 240mm radiator in there with the fans underneath, so the fans are clear of all cables, but as you can see on this one it's pretty close to the bracket in the center, but there's plenty of space around here for airflow. And then looking up at the cable management, so fairly happy with the cable situation, and then the radiator across the top, and then looking over at the other side, so just need to do a little bit of work on the pipe, but I'm pretty happy with how everything went together in the end. So there's our power supply. It's a shame that that isn't a white one, but you can't have everything. Everything's connected. All the cables are crammed down there, and then as you can see up the top there, everything is clear. The one thing that is missing from this case is probably, it could do with an exhaust fan, but there's plenty of airflow. Just got some grills to put on the bottom, some dust filters to go down on the bottom, and then time to get the case back together. So now we've got the system fully put together, let's go in and have a look at our temperatures and see how things are behaving. Okay, so on the main board, that's our core temperatures. Our main board, various temperature probes, roughly around about 45 degrees. CPU, so that's crept up a bit. That's now running, peaked at around 79, 80 degrees. So it does get quite warm because there's no additional ventilation in the case. All we've got in the case is our two fans on our radiator. And the clocks are peaked at 4.7 gigahertz. Temperature of our M.2 drive, 38 degrees. And let's go down to our GPU temperature. The GPU is just idling at the moment, 34, roughly about 40 degrees. So the only thing to watch out for in this case is the fact that there's not a huge amount of room to get an additional bottom fan in. So ventilation might be a problem, but at the moment there's plenty of vents all around the case, underneath, on the sides, on the top, to let the air flow through. So all in all, I'm quite pleased with the case and the build itself. I think the next thing that I'm going to do is potentially look at getting a slightly bigger case and trying this all in there. But as you can see, in terms of getting all the lighting configured, we've got 3 pieces of software. So we've got the NZXT, we've got IQ, and we've also got the RGB Fusion, and we've also got Dragon Center for the GPU. So we're needing 4 bits of software just to get the lighting configured on the box itself, which isn't great, to be honest. So one of the things that I wanted to try was to see if we can get our temperatures to drop down just a little bit more on the CPU. And at the moment, we've got our fans pulling air in from the outside through the top down into the system. So what I'm going to do is I want to change that and see if we can get the air to blow out from the inside upwards. Okay, so that was all a little bit of a red herring. So we've got the fans on the correct way, and it is drawing the air up through the case, ejecting the hot air out the top of the case. So I've just launched the hardware monitor again to have a look at the temperatures compared to yesterday. So yesterday was a pretty hot day. It was 27 degrees ambient outside temperature. So that may well explain why I was seeing the CPU slightly higher than I thought it should be, but package temperature at the moment is around about 47 degrees, 48 degrees, peaked at 56 degrees, and throwing a stress test, it went up to 85 degrees. So it's under the 90 degree recommended temperature that the chip should quite happily run at. So all in all, yeah, I don't need to do anything. I certainly don't need to change the case out for a different case, although I'm tempted to try a few other small cases just to see what they look like. This one is perfectly adequate, so we're actually going to get this installed, hooked up to the TV, and then get some gaming done on it. So if you found that video useful, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be changing out this case. We're going to be trying different small cases to find the perfect one that is going to be suitable for us. Aesthetically pleasing, really good, looks lovely, really good build quality as well. So we'll leave a link to the description in the description below, where you can find the case and all of the parts that we used. Just want to say thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.